SMG mounted and loaded!
Hello and welcome to this installment of Chanka News Network. This week is going to be a big one. People have been asking where was last week's update video, and last week I was at EGX, so this video will cover the last 2 weeks, and boy is there a lot to talk about. We'll be talking about the TTS update, some more pro shuffle action, and some leaked bundles. With the recent update, there was a major bug on PS4. Inviting players to your squad had the potential to blacken your screen or constant crashes. There was a mixture of reports around this, however. Some said that the PS4 was bricked, which would mean the PS4 does not turn on at all. I feel this was false, and when people said this, it just meant Siege was unplayable, or other games were unplayable. I also saw some people say it occurred in other games, but again, when people asked for evidence, none was provided. The game has now been fixed, however, so it should be fine for all platforms once again. Last week, a new TTS update was deployed. The update included a buff to Blitz, where he can now sprint with his shield still in front of him. It changed the cap can, increasing his speed to 2 and giving him 5 mines, which do 60 damage. The traps also had no laser. Recoil patterns were also introduced to the game. This means that bullets will always follow the same pattern every time you shoot the gun, compared to now where the bullets have a generic recoil direction where the bullets will go somewhere within it at random. They also tested change to wall collision to fix rubber banding issues and to stop the bank glitch. The wall collision changes were successful, so they have been pushed forward into the main game. After mixed feedbacks on the recoil changes, however, Ubisoft has said they will look into other fixes for the alignment issue. I'm not sure if this means we will still see recoil patterns in the future or not, but I imagine they will test a variety of things to see what fixes the issues. Moving on to esports news, Penta were nominated for Esports Team of the Year. You can find a link to the description to vote for them. The Pro League caster, MiloshTheMedic, confirmed that he won't be able to cast this season of Pro League. This is due to issues with his visa. He's working on getting it sorted out for the next season, however we do have some new casters. This week, Ahreys has joined the casting lineup for the first time. He'll be casting with Kix from now on, and then Emzo will be rejoining us and he will be back with Bloodbath. If you haven't watched Pro League with Ahreys yet, or Emzo, I would highly recommend it. At the EGX gaming convention in Birmingham in the UK, there was a Rainbow Six Siege Invitational. Matt Ahreys came along to host it, and the pro player Meepy came along to cast. Team Engs took the win and took home £2,500. After the UK Invitational, it was announced that Rainbow Six Siege will join the ESL UK Premiership. Interestingly, Siege will be replacing Overwatch at this Premiership. And last week, it was announced the French Six Cup is returning. The Cup will feature 8 teams that fight through qualifiers, and these 8 teams will play at the Paris Games Week, which takes place at the beginning of November. The winner will take home €20,000. The Dreamhack League is also returning for Season 2. There's not too much information on it at the moment. I'm not sure who will be casting or joining, but I'll be doing updates on the league when it starts. And this week, there was a bit of a drama involving Kixstar. On his Twitch stream, he made multiple comments about fellow caster Bloodbath. I'll try and show you the full clips, but I'm having trouble downloading the clips from the stream. So, if not, there'll be links in the description to the clips, and you can see exactly what it was he said. A couple days after, Kixstar released a video on his YouTube apologising for the comments and thanked those that criticised him, pointing out how he was wrong. It looks like Ahreys will work with Kix, and Bloodbath will work with Emzo once he's in Poland. The organisation Most Wanted took on the ex-Bittersweet team. Most Wanted used to be in Pro League, sometimes with multiple teams. I think it was back in Year 2 Season 1, where they had a Russian team and a North American team at the same time. After AHERYS' first game in the season, Foxa and Snake-Nade both quit the team. Foxa quit because he thought it'd be dropped anyway, and Snake-Nade left because he thought he wasn't good enough. They have been replaced with Seth and Jahan. The player Ahreys joined the French Millenium team, and this is likely to be the replacement for Foxa. The German team that made it to Pro League for the first time this season, MyRevenge, left the organisation and is now joining Mysterious Monkeys. For the games update, I'm just going to be covering the last week of APAC region, as we found out who will be going to the region LAN in Sydney next month. And for this episode, I'm going to be skipping Challenger, CCS and the other smaller leagues, just because there's so many games here. And next week is Super Week in Pro League, so I may be doing the same again, and we'll have to see how it goes. So anyway, for Pro League, Mindfreak faced off against Atletico, with Mindfreak taking the win 2-0. Corvidae then took on Taboo, with Corvidae winning 2-0. In the Southeast Asian League, Tide beat Gaia's Tactics 2-0. Unique Monsters then took on Anthrax, and Unique Monsters took the win 2-0. In Japan, Nora Rengo took on Father's Back, and Nora Rengo took the win 2-1. Irons took on Mig, and Irons took the win 2-0. The Korean match will be played during me editing this on Saturday, so go and check my Twitter to find out who has won. Japanese results were a bit of a shock for me. In my interview with the Tide IGL Lunar Metal, he said Father Backs were a very strong Japanese team. So I'm intrigued to see how Nora Rengo will perform at LANs after beating Father's Back. In North America, Era took on Infamy to kill off the NA Pro League, and Infamy took the win 2-1. Continuum then faced Flipside, and Continuum took the win 2-0. This week, Rogue took on World's Best Gaming, with Rogue taking the win 2-0. Most Wanted then took on Elevate, and Most Wanted took the win 2-1. In LATAM, Font took on Encore Esports, with Font winning 2-1. Nox then took on Ints, and Nox took the win 2-0. This week, BRK took on Merciless, with BRK winning 2-0. And Pain Gaming fought Black Dragons, with Black Dragons taking the win 2-0. And then in Europe, Ents took on Mysterious Monkeys, with Ents taking the win 2-0. Stuck and Nose then took on Supremacy, and they took the win 2-1. And this week, Penta took on Beat Genius, and Penta took the win 2-1, but it was a fantastic match. AHERYS then took on Millenium, taking the win 2-1. And finally, moving into fashion news. This week, the Ranger bundle was released for Ash. This is the farmer-looking bundle that was leaked at the beginning of the season. I'm interested in what you think about this one, because it's not really that realistic, but I still think it looks okay. Though, I must say, I think the weapon skin is probably one of my favourites in the games. So let me know what you think about it. We also got an SAS bundle this week, which includes a headgear and uniform for all SAS operators. The uniform is white with a snow camouflage. The gas masks for Smoke, Thatcher and Sledge are also slightly modified compared to the usual ones. And there was a new bundle leak. The bundle is for Pulse, and we can see him wearing some goggles, a camouflage uniform, and a matching gun. The bundle also features a little lizard charm with a similar camo. I'm not too sure when this comes out, but I hope it's soon because I really want that lizard charm. And CAPITAO also had a leaked bundle. His features a gun skin, a headgear. I'm not sure about a uniform, I can't really tell. But it does contain a little charm that seems to be his eyeball. And then he has like a bloodied eye with a bandage type thing over it. It's pretty gruesome for this game, but I kind of don't mind it. Especially the charm. And that's everything for the last 2 weeks. If there's anything I missed, which, because there was so much news I may have done, let me know in the comments. You can check the description for all links to Twitter, Discord, everything. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember,
that Chanka will always stand by you.